Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out Escape from the Planet of the Apes. As I said, I'm going to be watching all 5 movies in this original series, and today we are checking out the third one. If you haven't seen my other reactions, I checked out the first one and the second one on the channel already a few months ago, and it's been a little while, but I'm ready to get back into Planet of the Apes with Escape from the Planet of the Apes. I don't know too much about this movie. I do know there's time travel in this movie, that the apes go back in time to present day, or I guess 1971 society, roundabout there. And I know that because of some comments who were just telling me that there's time travel in this movie, but I don't really think that it is that much of a spoiler. I feel like it's going to happen at the start of the movie, and then we're going to have some fun shenanigans for the rest of the movie. I don't know what this movie is going to be about. I don't know how this movie is going to end, but I'm pretty excited nonetheless. And remember, if you want to check out more of my reactions, here's my Patreon uncut and early access reactions to my movies and TV shows that come to 3 weeks early, as well as exclusive Patreon live streams, movie polls, movie reactions, and so much more. Thanks so much for checking out. Let's get back to the video. Okay, let's dive into this movie. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to Escape from the Planet of the Apes. That looks like a ship. Are the apes on that ship? Is it a reverse of the original movie?
That will squawk 7700 for a radar fix. Roger. Rescue.
Interesting. The apes must have come back, like, straight away. Be kind of cool to scuba dive to an unknown spacecraft, wouldn't it? Scary, but it would be kind of cool. Oh, they're just surfing it in. That's awesome. This movie already has more budget than I thought it was going to have. I thought it would have the budget for like half a helicopter. Oh, looks a little stuck. It's definitely the apes though, right?
Welcome, gentlemen, to the United States.
It is the apes. They're so confused. They're like, how did we get here? Funny that this movie also opens a very similar way than the other 2 movies. You know what I mean? It's like they don't know how to open a movie except for the same thing. Spaceship crash landing, different time. Oh, Ricardo Montalban. He's flippin' Khan in Star Trek. Check out my Star Trek reactions. And Jerry Goldsmith is the music still. Awesome. You know, this is a very advanced society for the apes. You know what I mean? I guess they have a spaceship that can travel in time, obviously, but apes didn't have like cars and stuff.
They suggested oranges.
Good God.
Good God, I hate oranges.
They're pretending to dress, sir.
What do you mean pretending? They aren't dressing up. Where do they get those clothes?
They brought them with them, sir.
What?
What? They have clothes. Another one, please, sir. They could use utensils and stuff. I love it.
Arrange for a police escort at 16:30 hours. They'll have company there. There's a gorilla in the next cage.
They're taking them to the zoo? They think they're just regular chimpanzees after all of this? Come on, dude. These do not look like regular chimpanzees. Come on. I love the gorilla.
Hello, Missy.
Oh my God.
I'm not his mate, I'm yours.
Control yourself. I think they're trying to be kind.
She's like, I won't cheat on you.
Gorilla.
I love that Zira and Cornelius are here.
Where are we? What's happened?
I know where we are.
Who's this guy, though?
We have traveled from Earth's future to Earth's past.
Yeah, exactly.
Only since seeing it, we have passed through a backward disturbance in time.
I forgot that the Earth was destroyed at the end of the second one.
To the shockwave hit our ship.
Yes.
we return to...
So they were off planet. That means they're the last of the apes, though.
Carpet bag in the ship.
For the food?
No clothes, and it seems they changed into them.
I don't believe it.
This is our main man for the movie. I like his brown leather jacket. I like that Zira and Cornelius are also scientists, and the other guy who I don't know the name of. Wow, he's just walking in.
All right, we'll take the female first. Arthur, would you set up a choose?
It just knows. I'm saying it just knows. Of course they know.
Well, she seems to be pretty smart.
Zira's like, I'm the smartest one of all. The scientist is like, this is the smartest ape I've ever seen in my entire life.
For the banana.
Zira's like, did I pass? I wouldn't have even figured that out, you know. These blocks, too complicated for my brain.
Well, why doesn't she take it? Because I loathe bananas.
I
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
knew one of them was gonna faint.
Zira, are you mad? Dr. Milo, please do not call my wife mad. I did not.
So fair.
And a time not for lies, but for silence. And until we know who our friends are and who our enemies...
And how in the name of...
I can trust Dr. Dixon.
yourself.
I had a call!
Zira! Zira! Stop arguing!
This guy's going ham.
Now that they know we can speak, how much will we tell them?
Oh my god. What, is he dead? He's just dead like that. Well, I didn't really know his name anyway, so that's okay, I guess.
Do you understand? We will not hurt you.
Poor Dr. Milo.
Doctor?
Yeah, he was a doctor.
No, I didn't. He did. One of your own kind.
He's a gorilla.
Oh my god, he's chained up.
And I'm Lewis. Lewis Dixon. Nobody's going to believe this.
He's so giddy.
Well, the primitive apes can talk.
Primitive.
Well,
Yeah, you should not have said primitive.
time you say anything in public, you should talk to what we primitively call the right people.
How many times can someone say primitive in a sentence? Take a shot every time he says it.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
President.
Hello, President.
It was one of two that have been missing in space for over 2 years now. To be exact, the one commanded by Colonel Taylor.
Oh, they just used that one. They always find a way to sneak in Taylor into these movies.
Naturally, being animals, they cannot tell us where the ship came from or how they came to be in it.
No, you just wouldn't believe it.
I don't believe that we can withhold this extraordinary discovery from the world any longer.
Okay, good job. Let's show the world.
Eaux de la côte de Californie.
Aber zum Erstaunen des amerikanischen Militärs,
I like how they have all the countries and stuff, names and cities.
If you can call it manned, by monkeys.
He did not want to say that.
As the president's senior science advisor, what do you expect to experience?
He's a science advisor.
Fear.
Why is this guy the villain?
And if the questions become less simple,
Be yourself.
Your better self, Zira.
Yeah, your better self. This would be so cool.
Not by signs, not by looks or movements, but by words.
Okay, don't laugh. If I was Zira, I'd start yelling at them. Shut up.
To inform you.
And I have to inform you, sir, that these two apes have acquired the power of speech.
Come now, Doctor. You know as well as I do.
Why are they saying they don't believe this?
Did she rise as a reflex to your having indicated her or an
No.
answer to my question?
Why don't they speak right now?
Have you a name?
Zira.
She can articulate, which in itself is extraordinary.
I can't believe they didn't believe this. Well, I mean, I wouldn't either, but...
Infer what you will, Mr. Chairman. I suggest you rephrase the question.
Yeah, just ask her, dude.
One might as well be talking to a parrot.
A parrot.
Oh, there we go.
Does the other one talk?
Only when she lets me.
There we go. They're all clapping. They're like, good answer, dude. Good answer.
Cornelius.
My lawfully wedded spouse.
Wedded?
Why was he so... Why was he so against that?
Was before them. It has been the language of our ancestors for nearly 2,000 years.
Yeah,
As
there
to
we
its
go.
origins. Ooh.
Guess English is the language that stays.
Cornelius, as an intellectual, you know damned well the gorillas are a bunch of militaristic nincompoops. And the orangutan...
Nincompoops.
As to humans, I've examined...
I've dissected.
Humans are dumb.
She's like, maybe you shouldn't have said dumb, Cornelius.
He studied it and half understood it.
Half? Was half enough?
Well, it got them up.
Maybe the female knows.
Of course the female knows. We came from your future.
Oh my god, she's just saying it.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only thing that does.
It's the only thing that does.
The gorillas and whoever lived, will live.
Who won the war?
No
I
one.
don't know.
Everyone died.
But you left before the war had ended.
In a spaceship.
Which Dr. Milo learned to navigate.
Correct.
Cornelius.
I love the face twitches on the mask.
No. Is he a soldier?
Why are they lying?
May we be unchained?
I love that they're just clapping. Ah, peace! Peace, yes! I'm still confused by one man who was so against them being lawfully married.
No comment. All right then, Dr. Haslam, could you tell us how you personally would handle it?
No, gentlemen, no comment. Yet.
No comment yet. This guy seems like the villain, you know what I mean?
I have to be honest with someone. Please, tell them.
Is that okay? Your planet gets destroyed in 2,000 years by a nuclear bomb.
Alive and dead experimentally for anatomical dissection and scientific research.
Huh. Yeah, you do this to animals, though.
We do the same thing to animals. I mean, as a scientist, I sympathize.
That's what I'm saying.
There was another reason. What? They would have asked if he was still alive.
Ah, he's the one who pushed the bomb.
From the windows of the spaceship.
We saw the Earth destroyed.
The whole Earth. And he was the one who pushed the button.
The female replied, "From your future."
Yes.
You believe that?
Absolutely, I think.
Yeah, he does.
Well, then maybe the explanation needs some explaining now.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Be fully understood by an observer with the godlike gift of infinite regression.
He's like, ah, dang it, I don't have that. Guess I can't understand.
Or regresses and paints a picture of the artist painting a picture of the landscape. But still something is missing.
Interesting.
A picture of the artist painting a picture of the artist painting a picture of the landscape.
And you guys keep going forever.
The moment when our artist has regressed to the point of infinity and himself becomes part of the landscape he painted and is both the observer and the observed.
That's a cool way to think about it, actually.
Driver in lane A may crash while a driver in lane B survives. It follows that a driver, by changing lanes, can change his future.
Interesting. Does that mean the Earth couldn't get destroyed in another lane?
Lies in their arrival among us, and in their spoken, and I repeat, spoken testimony.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hasline.
And maybe they changed the course of the future now they're here.
They will, however, be taken from the zoo infirmary to a hotel.
Oh.
They will be given an extended tour of the city.
Hopefully a luxury hotel. She did not like that mustache, did she?
Your luggage, ma'am?
Of course it's mine.
That was really funny.
Address, please.
I don't know, the future? Oh, look at all the gifts. Kind of clutters the place though, the gifts and the flowers. I think a little bit less, you know what I mean? I want to see them try a bunch of things like coffee and pizza and hot dogs, you know what I mean? He looks so dapper. So you could try on the dresses here. You have to look at models trying on this stuff for you. This looks like Little Red Riding Hood.
Represent Fur and Feather, a pet magazine. And
Do you think I'm a pet?
Well, yes, I do, rather.
What?
Say, why don't you try some?
Oh, she's trying to like
Well, it's sort of,
get into human culture, you know what I mean? She's offended, but then everyone laughs, so that she laughs too. Feels like the world sees them as a tourist attraction. You know what I mean?
Tomorrow, Zira is to speak at the Bay Area Women's Club, and later she'll accompany Dr. Hassline to the museum.
I love that Cornelius is just sitting like this, and look at his socks.
How is that?
Soothing. Very wet.
So many bubbles.
I call upon men to let us use them.
Bravo! Bravo! She has really nice hair, by the way, Zira. Like, it's just like combed well.
Marsh, a primitive duck-billed dinosaur. Its scientific name is a compound.
No, she does not care, sorry, sir.
Ansaurus, which means lizard. Its generic name, therefore, is flexible lizard.
Ah!
I'm pregnant.
What? The movie can't just drop something like that so casually. She's pregnant?
That is only natural.
For Grape Juice Plus.
What a weird fridge. Oh, I guess it's a hotel, so they won't have like an actual fridge.
Is this it?
It's wine. Grape juice plus is wine. You can't drink that when you're pregnant.
Especially in cases of pregnancy, you know?
What?
How long have you known?
He knows that it destroys pregnancies.
War. It was the gorillas' war. Chimpanzees are pacifists.
Dude, she's drunk.
Tornado in the sky. Oh, I feel magnificently sleepy.
Good night.
Before the white light and the tornado.
39:50.
Something like that.
Before the white light and the tornado.
I can't believe he recorded it. What a loser head.
This will dominate this earth and eventually destroy it by 3950 something.
I doubt that we shall still be in office by then.
Yeah, so fair.
5 AD, presumably. Now,
Okay,
what do
but
you expect me?
that's pretty close enough.
By slaughtering 2 innocents? Or rather 3, now that one of them is pregnant. Herod tried that.
That might not be altering.
Christ survived.
That could be part of history.
Seem to be very charming, peaceful people, or rather creatures. And
I
that
like
the
this
voters love
president.
them.
Well, he's also in it for himself.
Urgently to dominate the world, Mr. President?
Well, not at the next election.
But in 1,000 years, sure.
Mr. President, we have their own testimony that they provoked the war.
And they seem to have provoked you pretty thoroughly into the bargain.
These guys are also forgetting that humans wipe themselves out to begin with. I guess they don't know that.
Do you truly believe that by deliberate present-day action, we can neutralize that possibility, that we can alter the future?
It's possible, but it's not possible.
Given the power to alter the future, have we the right to use it?
That's a good question. This is why this guy's president.
You approve of assassination?
Well, Mr. President, we condone the attempted assassination of Hitler because he was evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are the apes evil?
Killing him in babyhood when he was still innocent, or killing his mother when he was...
See, this is a very complicated question.
Properly interrogated?
Let us say unprofessionally.
You want it professional?
The full works, Mr. President.
Tell that to the commission.
I don't think that this guy, I mean, he's definitely like the villain, but I don't think he's evil. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's antagonistic except for with our protagonist, but he's just more like scared of the future.
To the installation known as Camp 11, held there in his care for interrogation by the CIA under the...
Oh man.
When we were in space, we saw bright, white, blinding light.
Brighter than this?
Much brighter.
How can I tell? I don't even remember.
Why don't you remember?
Because he's drunk.
Because Dr. Hassline made me drunk.
Yeah, that should be illegal.
Only the gorillas and the orangutans.
Well, what's the difference? You're all monkeys.
Please
No, you're
do
not.
use the word.
They're also apes.
A peculiar habit of murdering one another. Man
So fair.
destroys man. Apes do not destroy apes.
Apes together strong.
And hundreds and thousands of them had to be destroyed in order to prevent the spread of infection.
Interesting.
He could not kill his dog.
So fair.
Humans took primitive apes as pets.
Oh, this is interesting lore.
They progressed from performing mere tricks to performing services.
Wow. So they were kind of enslaved.
Wait on tables.
Or after 3 more centuries, turn the tables on their owners.
How?
Like an uprising.
They learned the art of corporate and militant action. They learned to refuse.
Interesting.
By my species, and fully documented in the sacred scrolls, there came Aldo.
Aldo.
He spoke a word which had been spoken to him all time.
No.
He said no.
Oh, it's like Caesar. It is like Caesar in the new movies. I'm thinking of the new movies while listening to this lore, and it's close to what happened in the new movies, but not exactly what happened. But no is the key there. Caesar said no. That was his first word.
Flip 2.
As to humans, I've examined thousands.
What were you going to say? Dissected?
No, this is not for killing, Cornelius. This is for relaxing. It won't harm her.
Will it harm my
she'll,
baby?
No, it won't.
But she'll be able to say more. It's like a truth serum in a way. Oh, I really hate needles, you know. I'm not against them, I just hate them.
It's customary to stay.
Dixon was against it, but I feel like he's lost the trust of Cornelius.
Whose anatomies did you compare? Apes and humans? Zero. Say yes if you mean yes. So you...
I feel like this doesn't, I feel like this wouldn't hold up in a court of law. Drugging someone?
Moved and statistically compared.
Bones, muscles, tendons, veins, arteries,
Ugh.
nails, tongues, eyes, noses, nervous.
She's talking fine now.
Man's knee jump any more than you can test a corpse's reaction to a prefrontal lobotomy.
Oh my days.
We even tried to stimulate their atrophied speech centers.
They really sound like villains now, don't they?
When you left, was Colonel Taylor still alive?
We loved Taylor. We did all.
Yeah, you did kiss her.
Please take the female ape to its quarters.
Yes, sir.
We have to get this to the commission immediately.
It's funny how she sounds like this evil villain, but we do the same thing to animals. It's just that because she's doing it to humans, it feels more personal, you know?
For hostility by either ape towards the human race as at present constituted in this year of our Lord, 1970.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Let me remind you that this was by a majority vote.
Yeah, this guy was against the marriage in the first place. You're just a bad person.
Undoubtedly committed actions against the human race of a sort which, if they were to be committed today, would be called atrocities.
Yeah, but it wasn't today. Different time.
It has been pointed out that what apes will do to humans is no more than what humans are now doing to beasts.
That's what I'm saying.
Prove an increasing threat to the human race, and conceivably end by dominating it. This is...
Well, it will.
...cannot ignore. Therefore...
You're gonna try and change the future.
Both the male and the female should humanely be rendered incapable of bearing another.
What?
I now declare this commission dissolved.
They're gonna kill the baby.
They made me tell them everything, Cornelius. Shall I tell you something? I'm glad I did.
It's off her chest now.
After this, I doubt we shall be allowed to live at all.
No, you are allowed to live, just your baby isn't, actually. But that's horrible.
Ma'am? Sir? Chow time.
Why do they just keep bringing oranges? What if they don't like oranges?
You better drink your soup and eat the oranges for the sake of that little monkey you got.
Oh my god, it's poisoned. It was definitely like a poison stew. I wonder how this movie's gonna end. Are they gonna be staying on Earth? Are they gonna get back to the spaceship and try and go back in time? Not quite sure.
I'll be going back with Dr.
Oh, he's dead! I thought he was just knocked out. He's absolutely dead.
But dead. Yes. You'd prefer the parents dead, too.
He would have. Security seems pretty low for this very supposed to be highly secure military base where they're keeping these aliens.
Well, I'm sorry, sir.
Good night, Charlie.
I said good night. Do you have any way to
Oh no.
I think my pains have begun.
Oh my God.
She's gonna be giving birth soon then. Yeah, this guy's so dead. How did that happen though? Like, how did the hole in his head just get so big? He just fell. Maybe he just crushed his head?
Has to be done and done quickly. Before we start a stone rolling, they'll gather enough poison moss to kill us all.
Conspiracy. This guy's conspiring, but I mean, they did kill someone, which should be charged under the laws today that they're in 1973. But also they were scared, you know what I mean? And potentially even self-defense if that soup and stuff was poisonous.
Were they armed?
No, I don't believe so.
But they did have arms, sir.
In a democracy, we do not shoot unarmed suspects on sight for a murder in which their participation is still legally unproven.
That's true.
I don't believe it. How did it happen?
I don't know, ma'am. All I know is they've killed their orderly, and I've been given orders to find them.
He doesn't know that they killed him. I swear this woman hasn't done anything. She's just been there to like look beautiful. I feel like that's it. You know what I mean? She's had like 4 lines the entire movie.
She's back there. She's hiding in the bushes. Stevie, she's in labor.
Oh, you gotta help.
Get in.
Let's go. Okay, she can do something now.
Now wait a second, just a moment. Let me get this straight.
Take them to the circus.
Sake of 2 fugitive apes?
Wait,
Well, the answer...
this is Khan.
Hello, Salome.
The first chimp ever born in a circus.
No, Los Angeles has had 4.
Los Angeles...
5 minutes now.
Every 4.
Oh, look how cute that baby is.
She's showing an expectant mother.
They have a guy in a costume
Mom.
and then an actual baby chimp.
Yeah, that...
Was that the baby?
Come on.
Was that the baby? We didn't even see her like giving birth at all. She just had boop the baby there.
No.
No.
No, I'm not a big fan of that. It's so adorable, this actual chimpanzee.
You have done enough to make us grateful to you forever.
I did it because I like chimpanzees best of all names.
Best of all names.
If only she could speak, she would say how very sorry she is.
But we understand each other.
Okay, let's go speak to her. Aww.
And as Armando says, you can travel with them to Florida, found your own colony in the Everglades, and live happily ever after.
Your own colony of chimpanzees. There are chimpanzees in the Everglades?
Mama.
I don't think so.
Give us the opportunity to kill ourselves if that moment should come.
Oh, wow. No, but I want them to stick around. They better not die.
I guessed you might ask.
A gun. I guess he doesn't have like cyanide pills on him or anything. A gun works.
You're the second human I've kissed.
It's so weird still. It's still weird. Taylor's was definitely more romantic though. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes of the movie left. And I'm not quite sure how this is going to end. All of the movies so far, the 2 originals have ended badly, like super sadly. So I'm wondering if it's going to happen the same way.
I'm worried about later. Later we'll do something about pollution. Later we'll do something about the population explosion.
Yeah, you still haven't done anything about this stuff.
Somebody has to begin to care.
I understand our antagonist's, like, dilemma. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hate him for it. What is it? She dropped the bag. Did she drop the bag so she could carry the baby better? But they're gonna find the bag. What I say, they found the bag. The gun. I thought he was gonna take the gun too. But as we know, once a gun is shown, it has to be shot. Oh. He's just going for his morning jog.
And dead fish.
Is that what man wanted oil for? To kill fish?
Well, that's just a side effect.
We met hundreds since we've been here, and I trust 3.
So fair. Most humans are pretty deceiving. Oh, he's just gonna kill them himself. This reminds me of a very specific Clint Eastwood movie that I've seen on the channel, but I forget what it's called. I think it's like The Enforcer or something like that. The softest kick of all time.
Cornelius?
Yes, honey, it's me.
Cornelius?
Oh no.
The Presidential Commission has empowered me to take it in my care.
Oh my god. Oh my days, there's a bunch of helicopters. Oh, how did he get there? What, he doesn't want to be found here, does he? I think this is a very similar boat, if not the same boat from that Dirty Harry movie that I'm talking about. Okay, he's gonna kill them before the police get on the boat then.
I want that baby. If you won't give it to me, I'll shoot.
Oh my god.
My God, stop him!
He just shot the baby. And Cornelia shot him, but he just shot the baby. Cornelius has been shot. The baby has been shot? There's no way they actually shot the baby.
Oh my God.
The baby is super dead. Oh, the baby is super dead. And Cornelius is extra super dead. None of these movies ever have good endings, do they?
Drop the bell ring!
That was an insane shot at the end. I thought that was going to be the end of the movie. Why are we here?
Intelligent creature.
Wait.
Then so were your mother and father.
Oh my god, the babies have been changed. They switched the babies around.
Mama, 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 mama.
Why are they reversing, unreversing the frame? Oh, that was so cool. That was a cool little ending there. Sad ending and then a little hope at the end. Also, maybe this is how the apes take over the planet eventually as well. You know what I mean? Like humans trying to interfere, trying to change the future, equal the future being, you know, that's how the future is made and stuff. Yeah, overall, it was a decent movie. A little bored in bits of it. I can't lie. I was a little bored in bits of it. But there were also some cool moments and then the end was really awesome. So overall, I thought it was decent. I think my least favorite of the 3 movies so far. And that was my reaction to Escape from the Planet of the Apes, the 1971 Planet of the Apes movie, one of the original 5 movies. And as I said, I'm going through all of them. This is the 3rd one. Expect the 4th one and the 5th one to be coming out in the next couple of months. Not exactly sure when I'm going to be watching them, but definitely in the next couple of months, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. But what did I think of this one? I thought this movie was okay. I thought it was my least favorite of the 3 movies that I've seen so far. I thought there were some definitely good moments in this movie, and the ending, just like all 3 of the movies so far, the ending has been one of the best parts of the movie because the ending just totally switches things up for some reason, and every single movie has done that, and I'm expecting the other 2 movies to do that as well. I thought the ending of this movie was phenomenal as well. But overall, I just found myself to be a little bit bored during the movie. The movie just lacked something for me, whether that's style in its filmmaking or a certain kind of energy that the first 2 movies had. I don't know. I just found myself to be a little bit bored. I felt the movie was a little bit tedious at times, kind of going through the motions, if you will. And like when you compare it to the first movie and the second movie, those movies are also like fairly slow movies, a little bit more reflective movies, just like this one. But there was something about the curiosity in the first one, the magic of the first one, and then the insanity of the second portion of the second movie that really made those movies kind of memorable and special. I think the only thing I'm going to remember about this movie in like 2 or 3 months is the ending of it, because I feel like that was the only thing that I found to be very special. And if you love this movie, I'm so glad that you love this movie, but I just wanted to be honest with you guys. And yeah, I just found this movie to be okay. Okay is how I would put it, and I'm hoping that the next two are kind of gaining quality a little bit. I'm not quite sure what the quality of the next two movies are going to be like. I didn't think this movie lacked a budget per se. You could tell it had a smaller budget than the other two movies, but you know, there were definitely like the prosthetics and stuff in this movie were pretty good, especially for our 3 main apes and then eventually 2 main apes, because Milo just eats it by a gorilla. I thought the prosthetics on them was again amazing. The twitching of their faces, the way that they can just move, like all these little details in their faces to just make them look like real creatures. I thought they looked phenomenal, and I never once doubted that they were these fake prosthetic creatures. But then, you know, the other chimpanzees, the other gorillas and stuff, they looked pretty bad. Like they looked like people in suits. So you could tell that there was a budget, and the budget went into some things and the budget didn't go into other things. But I'm just curious more so than anything what the next 2 movies have in store for us, and what the budget is going to be like for that, what the on-screen visuals are going to look like. But I'm curious about the next 2 movies more so because Zira and Cornelius have died. Granted, their son is alive, which I feel like maybe in the next movie their son is going to be the main character, maybe like an older version of that character. I think his name is Milo. I think they named him after the scientist that had been killed by a gorilla. But I think Milo will be older in the next movie, and we'll follow Milo around the human world, because I don't really see what else we could do for another movie, because Cornelius and Zira have died, so boom, they're off the table for the next movie, which, by the way, they died. I mean, I was kind of leaning towards them dying at the end of the movie, not because I wanted them to die at the end of the movie, but because the other 2 movies have ended on such like wackiness that I was just like, you know, the first movie ends on the Statue of Liberty, one of the most like famous reveals in movie history. And then the second movie ends with the whole world exploding. So I was expecting something sad and bad to happen at the end of this movie as well. Maybe not to the extent of those first 2 reveals, but pretty big. And we did get something pretty big and also very sad and bad, with Zira and Cornelius getting shot and dying. And also that baby chimpanzee Z, which wasn't Milo, but was still a baby chimpanzee, and the guy just shot it. Like, that was very sad as well. And that was kind of, I was like, oh, that's hard to watch, just like you shooting this baby. That was tough to watch. But now that they're out of the picture and the world has been destroyed in the future, I don't really see us going back to the future. I see us staying in human society, and maybe the next movie and the 5th one kind of develop how the apes managed to gain power over the human race and stuff. I think that would be interesting. I thought it was cool when Cornelius was giving the lore of how the apes kind of took power, how they were taken in as pets and stuff, because there was this disease that made humans kill all their pets, so then they turned to apes for some reason to take their pets, which strange choice of a pet, humans. I have to say, strange choice as a pet. But then over time they got smarter and smarter, and then eventually rose up against this kind of slavery that the human race had done, because they were so smart that they could actually cook and serve and stuff like that, and the humans basically just used them as slaves in a way. So I found that interesting, and then comparing it to the newer movies that came out, you know, that new trilogy, and then the newest one that came out, which I haven't seen yet, but that new trilogy with Caesar and stuff like that, I was comparing it to those movies, because those movies detail how the apes rose from power, from the first ape who gained that serum that guy gives him, all the way to the final, and there's that disease that goes around the human race. So it was obviously a little bit different, but there were still some similarities, especially with Caesar, and in this movie they hit the guy, the ape had another name, but they both said no. That was their first word, no, and I found that to be really cool. So yeah, I don't know, it was cool to compare the 2 movies, because I really love that original trilogy, or not the original trilogy, the new trilogy that came out. I really love that trilogy, so it was cool to think about those movies while Cornelius was talking in this film. Yeah, but besides that, I thought Jerry Goldsmith's score was pretty good. I thought there were some moments like it was just pretty wacky and out there, and I kind of like all the random notes. It just kind of has this fit for Planet of the Apes where it's not quite right, you know what I mean? And I like the score for the movie, so I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, besides that, I was just, maybe not disappointed isn't the right word. I wasn't expecting like a huge movie that's gonna suck me in like the first one or the second half of the second one. But I don't know, I just felt like it was a little bit tedious in the way that it was plotted. Like I felt like it just kind of went through the same motions a few times. The fish out of water scenario got old a little bit eventually, you know what I mean? I just felt like it took a little bit too long. I felt like this movie would have been good as like a 45-minute TV episode, if that makes any sense. But as a movie, it felt like it just took a little bit too long. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. And again, if you really like this movie, I'm glad that you like this movie. It just, this movie wasn't for me, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be watching the next two movies. So keep an eye out on the channel for the fourth one and the fifth one. Hopefully I enjoy those more than the third one, than the one that I just watched today. But also keep in mind that I really enjoyed the first one, and I thought the second one was really, really fun. So hopefully the fourth one can capture the fun of the second one, or just be super awesome like the first one. Keep an eye out for it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.